Good morning, Fit Family. So today I am going to attempt to try to break down the 21-day container fix for dieting and lifestyle change. You absolutely need nothing but two. Go to beachbody.com. If you don't have it, I can send it to you. And there is a calculation that you will need to complete. In this calculation, you'll have to put what your current weight is, multiply that times 11, and then this will give you your caloric baseline. You're going to add 400 to it, and that is your maintenance calories. If you stop the calculation right there, that's the number of calories that you need in your body in order to maintain where you are now. So if you're looking to bulk up or tone up or anything like that, you would need to stay in the maintenance category. If your goal is to lose weight, then from that maintenance baseline, you're going to subtract an additional 750 calories. So this is how this scenario would work for me. I am 155 pounds. So if I take, and sorry, I'm using my phone. I can't use my phone's calculator. But if I take 150 pounds, just going to do this with you guys. Multiply that by 11. Let's see here. That gives me 2250 calories, I believe. If I then decide, let's see here, let's just not do this in my math. Let me just get a little bit of help from our calculator here. Okay. All right, so we're going to start over. I'm going to start over. You may already have yours. If you have yours, just hold, please. I am on my way. So, I don't know what all this is that keeps popping up. Don't you hate computer pop-ups? It's like, can I not just open it and figure out what it is I want to do and just do it? Okay, finally got my calculator up. So I'm 150. I'm not going to tell you guys what I do for a living. Times 11, that's 1650 calories. So if I wanted to eat, well, no, sorry, that's my baseline. That's my baseline. I'm going to add to that 400 calories because essentially if you're moving your body 30 minutes a day, you should burn about 400 calories. That's going to put me at a total of 2050 as my maintenance calorie. So 2050 in maintenance. Then if I subtract 750, because again our goal is to lose weight, from that 2050, then I end up with 1300 as my calorie target. Sucks to be me, but that's okay because we're going to fill those 1300 with nutritious, healthy calories. That is bringing me back to my point of saying that science says you will lose weight. It is a given fact that you will lose weight if you ingest less calories than you burn a day. That has no, it has to work. It's the way your body's designed. However, if you want to be healthier, if you want to get in shape, if you have any, ideas of having, great looking arms, great looking legs, if you have bigger goals than just getting rid of the pounds, then you need to make sure that those 1300 calories are high quality calories. I mean, you wouldn't necessarily put 89 gas in your Tesla or whatever car. You want to put premium grade fuel in your body so that your car can give you as much bang for your buck or whatever. So you can get the most out of your vehicle. Do the same thing with your body. Put premium, high quality, healthy foods into your body and you will get those results. So now that we know our calorie target, we can go to the 21 fix. And I'm sorry if all this is backwards. Just look at page 7 of the documentation and this is going to tell you your container plan. So since first I'm going to take the first row and look at my calorie target range. My calorie target range is 1300 calories, which means I am plan A. If I were to be in maintenance, my maintenance calories are 2050. That will put me in plan C. That can happen. If you may find that your maintenance and your burn calories are the same. When I did 80-day obsession just a few months ago, I was in plan C the entire time. I never changed. 80 days, plan C, in him, all the way through. It happens. It's just how the math works. and this is to start. Like, it's not going to be this exact same thing every single week, day in and day out. This is to give you your baseline, to get you started, to introduce you to the program, to get your mindset changing, to get your habits to change, to get your eating habits to change your stomach, to shrink your stomach size. Because I guarantee you, if you look at the number of servings that you've been eating, you've probably been eating enough food for 3 or 4 people to feed a small family, if we're just being real. So this is just to educate you on how much of what should I be eating. So with all that said, I'm going to finish out this tutorial using my calorie baseline. Everywhere that I'm talking about my calories in my containers, you need to think about your calories in your containers. So for me, I am 1,300 calories, which means I'm in Plan A. Under Plan A, I am allowed to have 3 veggies, 2 fruits, 4 proteins, 2 carbs, a healthy fat, a salad and dressing, and an oil, nut, and butter. So to help me understand what that truly means, think of these colors as nothing but identifiable food groups. So what I decided to do, I don't have the Beachbody containers, or I do have them, I'm just choosing not to use them for this example, is I can have 3 veggies. So what I essentially did was I went and got a piece of construction paper, and I cut out the 3 greens that I am allowed to have for the day as a part of Plan A. So I can have 3 veggies. So I'm going to take these 3 veggies, slide this over, I'm going to put them here. And I'm putting them where you can see them, okay? I got 3 veggies. The next thing that I'm allowed to have are 2 fruit. So I cut, same thing, 2 pieces of purple construction paper. Set them right here, my 2 fruits. I can have 4 proteins. I don't know if you're seeing a trend, but you get a whole lot more fruit, meat and veggies than anything. Or protein, because you may be vegan. Protein and veggies than anything, because it fuels your body and helps build muscle better than any other of the food groups. So you've got protein, I get 4 of those. So I did the same thing with red construction paper. So now I've got 4 proteins, 2 fruits, 3 veggies. I get 2 carbs, got my yellows, 2 carbs. I get 1 healthy fat. You know, you gotta do what you gotta do. Not happy about this at all, because I am a peanut addict. But you gotta do what you gotta do. 1 healthy fat, 1 salad and dressing, and 2 oil, nut, and butters. Okay, you may be thinking, oh my God, I have got to eat all this food. And the answer to that is yes, you do. Your body needs it. This is really not a lot of food. When you're burning 400 calories a day, you're drinking half your body weight in water. This is easy to do. The hard part is getting our minds ready and prepared and committed to accepting this new plan. So, just because I've been doing this for years, I started losing weight in late 2014. So it's been, almost 4 years. And I've tried everything from counting calories to crush programs. I tried a lot of different stuff. The one thing that I've not tried, and I'll be honest and say, is a lot of diet pills, diet teas, detox, just because I have a very sensitive stomach and I have very sensitive skin, and I'm not sure how any of these products would work with my skin and belly sensitivities. So I usually steer clear of teas, detoxes, and pills and things like that. The only supplement I am taking, and if you follow me on Instagram, Fit for Life Chick, you'll see me take it at least once a day, sometimes twice, is the Energize, because this is an all healthy pre-energy workout supplement that you can take in the morning. So I usually do my workouts like between 5 and 6 every morning, and they usually range from like 30 minutes to an hour. So I need that extra energy to get me dialed in, focused, to push through my workout so I can finish out the rest of my day. That being said, let's get back on these colors. So, because I, again, have been doing this for years and years and years, you may not be as familiar with what this means. So, in your paperwork, there is a section for each container or each food group. And they start something like this. It is the 21-day fixed container food groups. That's it. That's the page you need. Page 16. So, after this, and I'm sorry if I'm all over the place, but after this, we're going to start with your green containers. Your green containers are your vegetables, period. There's really no southern. It's just a veggie. When we get to protein, we'll talk about powders and meats and eggs, but for veggies, are veggies. Say, for instance, you only like three different veggies. You like broccoli, you like asparagus, and you like, I don't know, kale. It's up to you to decide how, throughout your 24 hours in a day, minus the 9 days of sleep, 9 hours of sleep we're all going to get, how you're going to fit these items into that. How you eat this food, I don't care. If you want to say, well, you know what, I'm going to eat all my reds at one time, all my greens at one time, all my purples at one time, that is your choice. There is a myth that believes that, you know, you can't eat after 10 o'clock, you have to fast between 10 and 7. If you've ever worn a heart rate monitor or any type of heart tracking device, you know your body burns fat while you're asleep. Your body probably does more transformation when you're sleeping than when you're awake. As far as gaining weight, you don't just sit in a chair and start gaining weight. When your body is actually changing is while you're asleep. You lose weight while you sleep, because the first thing we want to do is get up, let me weigh myself. When you go to bed and you're like, oh my God, I feel so big. That happened overnight. So if you eat after 10, who cares? Eat after 10. Doesn't matter. Your body's still working. It's still doing stuff. It's still transforming. It takes a lot to keep your blood, even though your mind may be asleep and your eyes may be closed, trust me, your circulatory system, your nervous system, everything's still working. So if you decide not to eat after 10:30, that is personally up to you. Sorry about that. I had a phone call interruption. But moving on. So if you're not sure, there's plenty pages. For instance, if you're not sure how much of each serving you're supposed to have, there's pages of information that outlines all the different vegetables and all the different quantities of the vegetables that you're supposed to have. Mind you, you're not always going to have this sheet available. So what you have to learn to do is rely on serving sizes and use that as your gauge to know how much, okay? Ideally, vegetables are about a cup or a handful. I mean, come on, let's be real. You know, if you've got 1 spoon of broccoli, it's probably not enough. Get you a good size handful, put it on your plate, and let that be your gauge. Just know you should have more green than anything else on your plate, unless it's a fruit. But we'll get to that in a minute. So, you've got your veggies, you've got your purples. Your purples are your fruit. A banana, some strawberries, an orange, an apple. I mean, let's just be real. If you go buy one of these big super steroid type bananas, you probably need to eat half of it. Because remember, we're trying to cut back. If you buy a little small wimpy banana that's probably about this long, maybe about this, okay, you can eat the whole thing. Apples. If you have a normal size apple, eat the whole thing. If your apple can't even get through the core, chances are you probably need to eat about half of it. Just use your instinct. If something tells you this looks like more than what it should be, you probably need to eat about half. If you're not sure, you want to be exact. You want to be on point. You're focused, you're dialed in, you're 100% at it. Feel free to weigh your food. Feel free to measure your food. Feel free to go to Beachbody.com or Target or Walmart and buy you some containers and stuff your food in. However, I say that to say this. That is not necessary. That is after you have already committed yourself and your mind to knowing what your body needs, that you want to take it to the next level. I think of that as kind of level 2 nutrition, because you're really dialed in, you're trying to get it exactly right. We're just trying to get started. We're just trying to get our minds and our bodies used to eating good, healthy food. So, in my mind, I say about a cup of green will be a veggie. And greens are anything from broccoli to banana peppers to beans, tomatoes, Brussels sprouts, spinach, kale. It's your veggies. If you're not sure, again, print the sheet out, read through it, memorize it, keep it with you, because it will help guide you as to what is a vegetable. One thing I will tell you that is not a vegetable are sweet potatoes. And that brings us to our yellows. Yellows are carbs. And I hate, like, it is probably one of my biggest pet peeves when people say, well, I'm not eating any carbs no more. Because I'm like, really? For the rest of your life, you've decided that all bread is bad and you're not ever going to, that all carbs are bad and you're not going to eat any bread. Sorry, any carbs. Because your instinct is that carb means bread and bread is bad. Bullshit. Carbs, and it just makes me, because I follow people who have lost hundreds of pounds of weight. I follow people who could like lift cars. I follow people who are 400 freaking pounds and dropping 10 pounds like it's just like they're lotioning it off their skin. And guess what, people? Guess what they're eating? I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. They're eating carbs. You can too. Don't restrict yourself. You're only setting yourself up for failure. Get you some carbs in. Now, I will say, get them earlier in your day. That way you've got all day long to burn them off. I probably wouldn't save my potatoes tonight, especially if I'm eating at like 11:30. But I would definitely have carbs. I'm going to have carbs, and I'm going to have them early in my day. Again, totally up to you. But you need carbs in your food group. You're not sure which foods constitute carbs? We've got a yellow page somewhere. If I can find it. Purple. Oh, I can't find my way. Alright, we went through purples. Went through green purples. Skipped reds, really back to red. It starts in the yellow container section on page 24, and then it gives you a description of all the foods that fit into the yellow, which is your carbs. That is quinoa. Love me some good quinoa. Sweet potatoes, rice, brown rice, refried rice, oatmeal, pasta, bagels, tortilla shells, waffles, all the things we love. You can still have. For me, twice a day. Now, comes back to how much? How much, I mean, can I go and have a whole half a loaf of bread? Well, let's just be real here, people. Do you think a half a loaf of bread is a serving? Probably not. One thing I will tell you is to look at the back of your package. Some breads, 2 slices is a serving. Great breads, 1 slice is a serving. So, you be the judge on the carb. However, remember, stay within your servings. If you want to go out and buy the yellow containers and you want to smash your bread in there, then you go right ahead and do it. I'm not going to do that. I am going to use my best judgment and say, okay, this looks like about a serving of potatoes. So, and for bread, I eat 1 slice of Ezekiel toast. It's my absolute favorite. That's what I eat for my bread. So, moving on from yellow, and I think 1/4 a cup. I think 1/4 a cup is like the equivalent measure. It's like a pack of oatmeal or 1/4 a cup of rice. I mean, that's what it is. That's what it is for a carb. It's 1/4 a cup. So, you've done your yellow. You've done your green. We've talked about purple. Now let's talk about reds. Your reds are your protein. If you take Shakeology or any other type of protein powder, that is considered a red. Red containers. Again, we've got you some pages. We've got you some ideas, some examples. Red can be eggs, egg whites, fish, duck, goat, lean ground chicken, or turkey. And let me preface this. When you can, buy organic. When you can't, don't. When you can get a healthier grade or a healthier cut of meat or a healthier blend of fruit or anything, get it. If you can't afford it, don't. I mean, it's not like you're going to eat 20 pounds of fat on chicken breast. You're just not going to do it. So, and one thing I will say is that on this program, they only hint that you can have chicken breast. I love a good thigh. So I usually have 1 small chicken thigh instead of the breast. But again, totally up to you. The fact is you need to get 4 protein. They got tuna, they got turkey slices, ham slices, your more milkier cheese like your ricotta cheese and your cottage cheese is in here, your turkey bacon is in here, your veggie burgers are in here, your Greek yogurt is in here, your shakes, protein supplements are in here, boneless chicken, skinless breast, turkey breast. So that's your protein. Now, the next container that I have the hardest time with is my blue or my healthy fat, or the next food group. Let me say that I have a problem with. It's my blue or my healthy, because I love peanuts. I can eat a bag of salted shell peanuts daily, probably twice a day. But anyway, this is where we're going to have our healthy fats. In your healthy fats, I can have 14 peanuts. Wow, 14 peanuts. Like, I would literally have to take 14 peanuts, put them in a Ziploc baggie, and just put the others away because there's no way I would have enough self-control to do 14 peanuts at a time. 8 cashews, really? I mean, like, I love me some cashews. So, anyway, you can have one healthy fat a day, and I think a healthy fat is like, I don't know, maybe the yellow is a third a cup and the healthy fat is like a fourth a cup. Let's do that. Let's stick with the yellow is about a third of a cup and the blue is about a fourth of a cup. Sounds good. This is your cheese. This is the stuff we all love. Your shredded cheese, your cheddar cheese, your mozzarella cheese, your Monterey cheese, your Parmesan cheese, just your white cheese dip. Yeah, you can go to Mexican restaurant and have you some white cheese dip. Just get this much. Make sure you get a fourth of a cup and enjoy. You know? We're not here to tell you you can't have it. You just got to have this much of it. Avocado. Got me some good avocado on that Ezekiel toast with an egg chopped up. It's great. Hummus is one you may not have known. Yeah, and your cheese. Your nuts, your cheese, and avocado. Healthy fat, 1 is what I get. I mean, you get. Don't tell me, because then I'll be mad. Last but not least is your seed-in dressings. In seed-in dressings, which I think is maybe like 2 tablespoons. I don't know. I don't keep up with this stuff because I don't really have time to like measure anything anymore. I used to do that daily. I even have a scale. I don't do it anymore. I don't have time for it. But in the orange container, this is where your seeds and your dressing. So say, for instance, you have this Chipotle Bacon Maple Ramp dressing that you just love. It is like life. You can have it. But you're probably only going to have about, I don't know, maybe 2 teaspoons of it, if that much. So these are your dressings and these are your seeds. Pumpkin seeds, sunflower seeds, flax seeds, olives, coconuts, and dressing. This is your, I usually just consider this to be my dressing because it gets too confusing because they got peanuts on here. And I don't know why they'd have peanuts on here and sunflower seeds and pumpkin seeds, but I think of those as being like my healthy fat. So I'm not going to put those in my orange. My orange is going to be for my dressing. And then last but not least is your oil nut and butters. They're measured in teaspoons. Even though these look like teardrops, they're actually teaspoons. Oil nut and butters. And for me, I can have 2 a day. And the oil nut and butters are like your extra virgin oil, your extra coconut oil, your walnut oil, any kind of oil, or yeah, seed butter. Yeah, so that is your oil, nuts, and butters. For me, always, this is extra virgin olive oil. Just because I put it on my chicken, and then I don't even have to think about it there. I've already used it. And then if I have chicken again in the afternoon, I was cooking extra virgin olive oil. So I really don't put too much stress on these at all. All right, so now we know what we can eat. We already figured out how much we can eat. Let's plan. So I put together, and this is the work. This is where the work comes in. That part is easy, but this is where the work comes in. This is where you're probably going to need about an hour once a week to sit down and just map it out. So, so for breakfast, I said I like to have my carb early. Love a good oatmeal, so I would probably have me some oatmeal, some fruit, and a sausage links. And on the back of my containers, it says 3 little links are a serving. So I'll have 3 servings of sausage, a fourth a cup of oatmeal with fruit, and then I usually add water to it, hot water. Sometimes I'll put some almond milk in it, and I think there's a section in your packet that tells you, let's see here. There are some free foods. Sorry, I probably should have talked about that. There are some free foods. Get to that list. Yeah, free froze. You can add 1 to 2. Let me see. Cinnamon, nutmeg, pumpkin spice, lemon. Low non-fat milk, honey, maple syrup, all those. You can add 1 to 2 teaspoons to your food a day and you'll be fine. Any kind of vinegar, lemon, mustard herbs, anything like that, you'll be fine. I'm trying to find where milk. Okay. 8 ounces of milk is considered to be a, 8 ounces of milk is considered to be a yellow. So what I would probably do is I would end up doing, no, sorry, take that back. See, this is where planning gets hard. Let's do breakfast all over again. Let's scratch oatmeal. Sometimes I will have oatmeal, but we're gonna scratch it for today. We're gonna scratch oatmeal, and today we're gonna have a piece of toast, 1 sausage link, 1 egg, and spinach. Okay, I've knocked those out the way. I've got spinach and steamed in hot water. I've got my sausage link and egg, because you can have 3 eggs, or I can have half a servings of each. I can have half the serving of that sausage link, which is normally 3. I can only do 1, then pick up my other part of that to get my egg. Then I have my toast to be my carb. Or I can go back and I can do my oatmeal example, where I've got my oatmeal and I've got my milk and I got my fruit. Sorry. I've got my oatmeal, my milk, my fruit, and my protein. So right there in my morning, I've knocked out all the carbs I need for the day. Believe it or not. For my mid-morning snack, I'll probably have my Shakeology mixed with a little fruit. These 2. For lunch, back to veggies again. Sorry, in my Shakeology, I'm also going to put veggies, because that's the only way. I don't like to do greens for breakfast. I'll just add my veggie with my shake. For lunch, I will have chicken breast cooked in olive oil with green beans. For dinner, I'm going to have more veggies, probably broccoli. Gonna have some salmon cooked in olive oil, and then I'll probably chop up a couple of silvered almonds over it. Just kind of sprinkle them around the whole thing. So there you have it. That's I've planned the whole week, or at least the day, and you just rinse and you repeat. And I have no containers left, as you can see. I switched around. Well, I can't switch it. I'll turn it this way. As you can see, I have no containers left, because everything has been put into 1 or more of my meals for the day. So I hope this video helps. If you have any questions, or is there something that you still don't understand, feel free to email or text me, and I will try my best to figure it out with you. Have a great Sunday.